the Going Way Back Show with Money B. Classic hip hop, raw and uncut.
Did you start the stream?
Yes, you're on.
It's the Going Way Back Show with Money B, your home for classic hip hop, raw and uncut. And I'm joined always by my lovely co-host and super producer, Tom Teasy, in the building. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good, good. Now, everybody knows that the Going Way Back Show is sponsored by dmerch.com and 90shiphop.com, where you can get your officially licensed digital underground merchandise and classic 90s hip hop artists merchandise. Now, right now, we got the new DU Legendary Collection that's running right now. You can pick that up at dumerch.com. It's limited, so please go get your DU Legendary Collection right now. All right? Hold on a second, y'all. Also, there's a sister in the White House, and she is from Oakland. That's right. Kamala Harris, the new Vice President of the United States, is from Oakland, California. And to celebrate it, dopeonly.com has the Oakland, USA VP Edition hoodie and sweatshirt. So please go over to dopeonly.com and pick up your VP Edition of the Oakland, USA gear. Lastly, if you're in Southern California, you need to go see my friend, Dr. Nimesh Lad Halawa, and get your back worked on. You need the chiropractic, to get straightened up. Only if you're in Southern California. If you're looking at the screen, you can see the address, but it's in Rolling Heights, California. Please make your way over and see the good doctor and tell him Money B sent you. All right. Now, I'm very excited. My guest today, he's a legend, right? Over 4 million records sold. It's probably at this point, he'll tell us maybe it's 20 million. I don't know. But, he made an anthem that I don't care what arena, what stadium. If you had a game, I don't care what kind of game. I don't give a fuck. If you had a game, you heard this song or you're hearing this song. I'm talking about my man DC, the Brain Supreme from Tag Team.
Yes, sir. What's going on, my brother?
There that is.
There that is. Hey, man, I am very happy to be here, and I am tired of the motherfucker, but it is all gravy. And we about to have a good time tonight.
I could dig it. While we're talking, I'm just going to shout out Tom Teasy. Do me a favor and check and make sure for sure that we're live. I don't see the chats.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, great. Maybe I got to catch up over here. All right. So DC, how's it going, man?
It's good, man. Everything's good. Working hard, working very hard, working diligently, working smart, trying to figure it out.
Congratulate you on the success of the Geico commercial. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it. The scoop. There it is. Man, talk about how that came about.
Hey, man. It's funny. I can hear it in your voice that that you really meant what you said, and because everybody is reaching out to me, and I can hear it in their voice, like, "Yo, congratulations, you did your thing, boy." Like,
yeah,
like it's on you on a level that, and I'm just like, "Hey, man, it was all preparation, right?" Now people will be like, "Preparation?" I'm like, yes, preparation. Because for me to even get that commercial, some things had to happen, right? First of all, as an artist, a lot of artists can't be found. So if Geico did want to find you, they wouldn't know how to find you because most don't have their website together. Most have their social media, but they think they're doing social media, but they're really not, because the people that need to find you can't find you. So for me, I laid breadcrumbs, and breadcrumbs come in the form of SEO, search engine optimization. We'll get into that later. But basically, where if you type in DC in Google, you can find me, right? So on the Tag Team Back Again website, Tag Team Back Again, I have it to where all you gotta do is just push a button and you can call me directly, right? I have a tag team phone. And Geico,
like the bat phone?
Like the bat phone. The Geico called the tag team phone. And I didn't answer. And because I laid good breadcrumbs, they went straight to my IMDb profile, which who don't know, IMDb is a profile where actors are at, because I'm an actor. So my profile is filled out correctly, and it has the information to my agent. So Geico called my agent. My agent calls me and is like, we got a Geico commercial for you. I was like, huh? I didn't even audition for that, right? And I was like, wait a minute. I checked my phone. I was like, they did call. And I was like, I could take it from here. But then I was like, wait a minute, this is a good chance to let break bread with the people that's getting you work. So I let my agent work the deal, and that's what they do. They do commercials. They do all those things like that. So they have a better sense of knowledge about it than I do, because I'm thinking music industry, right? But they're thinking SAG, and they're thinking, on a whole different level. And they made the deal. And as soon as we made the deal, I started preparing. And ironically, not ironically, but weirdly, it was first going to be about soup. It was going to be soup. There it is. And it was like, yeah, man, I started preparing for soup. I was like, what's this going to be, like some Jerry Seinfeld soup Nazi stuff, right? But it didn't, it didn't last long. It's like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do ice cream. And I was like, whoa, that's good, right? And I started preparing. And for me, as an actor, you got to prepare. So I could have just walked in like it's a music video. You know what I mean? It just did my thing. But this is different. This is a commercial. This is Geico. And I could write my own ticket if I do this right. But I've been trained, because I've taken improv. And improv is the ability to think quickly on your feet. So if I go into an audition, they're like, well, just improv it. Tell me what you would do if you were in this scenario. And then you got to bust it out, right? And for the longest, I wasn't booking for commercials. And then I was like, you know what? From here on out, let me take the script and get maybe 5 or 6 scenarios and put them in my pocket, just so I'll have them, right? And practice them, and have them. And the first time I did that, I booked a national Pizza Hut commercial 2 weeks before the pandemic hit for March Madness.
Wow.
It got shut down, but I didn't care because I was happy I booked, right? They picked me.
Yeah.
So fast forward to like September, and I started working on it. I was like, what can I do? I was like, man, it'd be dope if you could make a spinning scoop, right? And I was trying to find a fabricator to make a spinning scoop. And we had a production meeting the night before. And, the director was telling us, he's happy, we're going to have a good time. And, I was like, I got a couple of ideas. You mind if I throw me away? He was like, do whatever you want to do, DC. And I told him about the spinning scoop. And he was like, it'll be done tomorrow. I was like, oh, okay. And then I told him all my ideas. And all those ideas are the essence of that commercial. And that commercial, those special touches are what makes that commercial. And it's because I prepared and I was trained and I brought all my intellect, all my heart, everything to bear. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's what makes a hit song. Sometimes that, makes a great performance in a movie, just your preparation. And I attribute that whole commercial to the fact that I was able to prepare and I was able to bring the essence of what it is to love ice cream, right? Like my father used to make ice cream for me and my brother. He would put the ingredients together. He put it in the big cylinder with some ice, and then he'd make us turn it, right? So we'd make ice cream, and 20 minutes later, we got spoons and we outside eating ice cream that we just made. And I wanted to bring that essence to this commercial. Like, these are the things that acting has prepared me for, that you go back in your history and you pull something that you can relate and it comes across on camera, right? So I did that. And just the fact I wanted children to see this commercial and be like, mama, I want a party like that. And that's what has happened, right? And, I didn't think it was going to be like this, but I did, right? Because I knew what I brought to the game. And I know that is a long-winded answer, but it's relevant. It's relevant
No,
because
it's dope. It's dope.
it's relevant because that's what it takes to be successful in anything you do. Preparation. You can wing it all you want. Sometimes, very rarely, it'll work. You can wing it all you want. Go ahead.
I'm glad you said that, because that's probably why I was, like you said, you could really hear it in my voice. I was really happy, and mainly because I remember, conversation that we had previously when I think even when we were in Texas, we sat down and you were telling me, go to this convention and this is what you do and get in front of these people and do all of these things, because you never know what's going to happen. And so it wasn't like you was just sitting around, like you really made out and put yourself in position to be found. And but even, I think there's a story also when you said that before, when people would just type in tag team, they would find the wrestler tag team.
Yeah.
You figure that part out, that, okay, I got to put the Whoop There It Is on it as well.
Yeah. Like, I have been struggling to build websites since forever, right? For some reason, it just has eluded me. And learning search engine, because it's hard, one, and two, because it's hard, right? That's the only thing. And I stuck with it. And I think it's like 2016, I'm, looking, it's like, wow, there's nothing on the internet about us, right? And if it is, it's just horrible information. It's information that's back in 1994 and 95, when we didn't know no better. You know what I mean? We just talking out the side of our neck. You know what I mean? It just sounds stupid as a grown man. So that was my mission, because what really started it is when 2012, they thought Obama was in the video, right? They thought Obama was in the Whoomp There It Is video. And they were trying to find me and could not find me. They found me because they called Strokers, which is the club that I was working at. They found me at the strip club DJing. That's how they found me. And then once they found me, they went and told everybody. And then we just did tons of interviews for a couple of weeks. Now, if I had all those breadcrumbs set up, we probably could have got all kind of deals off of that, right? Because the whole world was looking at tag team for a short period of time. So I said, that'll never happen again. And that's what started that journey. In 2017, it was like, tag team wrestling, what is this? And then I just worked it out. Now you type in tag team, ain't nothing but tag team. You type in, same with Whoomp There It Is. I thought everybody knew tag team did Whoomp There It Is, but I lost a deal to the Cleveland Cavaliers because the lady was like, we were trying to find you and couldn't find you. I was like, you's a lie. She's like, no. Yeah. And I was like, let me go look. And I typed in Whoomp There It Is, and there was all kind of stuff, but nothing that led them to me, right?
Right.
And today is one of actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because today is the day that whole thing gets resolved, because I put out a press release today that goes out to 4,000 entities. And after 6 hours, I've got 235 articles pointing directly at the tag team site for Whoomp There It Is, and that part of it's over. Like, I've learned the rocket science part about it. Now I can impose my will in anything I want to do, because I have control over what I put out there on the internet. I can create my own narrative. I can get my own message out, and it works, right? I had 3-4 articles drop today because I put in the work to go back and look at all those old articles that were written in the past and look up all those old journalists and reach out to them. So you got to throw it out in the universe. Now, just because I threw it out in the universe, it's not a one-to-one correlation. Like, I called this person, they're supposed to call me back. You threw it out in the universe, it might come back around that way, right?
Yeah.
But you don't worry about that. You just keep throwing stuff out there. You stay on offense, and all of a sudden, you look back, and in your wake is everything that you threw out there, plus 5 or 6 other things because of that thing, right? So today, go ahead. You got something?
No, I was just, before you get too far away from it,
yeah.
And this is so random because you just said that you was working at Strokers, And I remember JD had this. JD had the song. He said, "I don't go to Strokers no more.
Yeah,
They don't know
yeah.
how to treat you at the door."
Yeah,
Was you
yeah.
working at Strokers when y'all was
Okay,
JD
so
or what?
when that happened,
Jermaine Dupri?
I was still working at Magic City when that happened,
Okay.
right? And
Yeah.
maybe after about 3 months, I wasn't even trying to work at Strokers. I just stumbled over there and the owner was there. And I was like, "You need DJ?" Just messing around. She's like, "Yes." And she hired me. And that's when it was all going down because it was hurting the business, right? And you know, because I came in, business got good again because everybody know me, right? And everybody know that I ain't that dude. You come in the place where I'm at, it's going down. We gonna party because I'm a D. First and foremost, over anything we talk about, I'm a DJ. First and foremost, period.
Now is that how the song Whoomp There It Is was created? Where you DJing?
Everything comes from DJing, right?
Okay.
But you know, DJing is a form of hip hop. DJing used to be really the beat making in the beginning, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know I've been part of that history since the beginning. You know, I used to order my records from the East Coast and down south or wherever. I wanted new music. I loved DJing when I was young, and I worked at Magic City. And me and Steve were always making songs, but we were in the South. See, I went to school with Sac, right? So I'm in the Bay Area. You know, I'm going down to San Francisco. I'm rolling with Jay King and them. I'm having a ball. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making my own stuff because my boy Johnny Z into Rated Z Records. That's my best friend, and he bought Like we met at Sac State in the dorms. And he taught me about heavy metal and guitar, and I taught him about rapping. I taught him how to DJ, and we started making music, and he got a 4-track, right? I think it's a sophomore year, he got a 4-track. He's like, "Man, I don't know how to use this thing." It's like, "Give it here, I'll learn how to use it." And my old boy, he had an 808. And I was like, "Man, let me use your 808, dog." He's like, "I ain't let you take my 808, but you can come over here and make some beats." So I bought the 4-track over to his house, started making beats. I made about 10 beats, right? And put them down, and then started just making songs over. Started writing, because I was writing lyrics in class. It got good to me because I stole a rhyming dictionary from the library, right? And I used that dictionary to the end, and I made 10 songs, and I sent it to Steve. And Steve was like, "Man, what the hell wrong? You in the devil worship? What's going on with you?" Because it was just pots and pans and flutes and whatever I could have, you know, scratching and, you know, Halloween sounds, whatever I could put in a song, that's what I was doing, right? And then he got a 4-track, and then we started making songs back and forth. And then by my senior year, we was good, right? I'm rolling. And then I came to Atlanta, and I was like, I'm gone, because Atlanta back then.
How easy was it to pick up that down south vibe? You know, because people don't know that you came from, you grew up in Denver, right?
Yeah. And Denver to California, which is the Bay Area. You get that influence, and then heading to down south, I thought, because I'm around good Black folks, sophisticated business Black folks, that I was gonna be at a disadvantage, right? I knew I'd be able to get my thing on, but when I went to the clubs, the DJs weren't that great. And I was like, whoa, I had a job at CNN. And I was like, you know what? I could DJ in the summer and then go start CNN in the fall. And I never got went to Magic City. And I was like, the DJ was horrible.
Never made it back to CNN.
Man, DJ was horrible. I was like, Big Tim, he used to do security for SWV and them. And he was like, "There go Magic right there." And I went to Magic, he was the owner of the club. I was like, "Hey man, you need a DJ?" He's like, "I don't know, come see me Monday." Went and seen him Monday. He's like, "I don't need no DJ, but I need a cook, because I be chefing, right?" So I was like, "Okay, cool." He said, "You be the cook and you be the backup DJ." And he hired another cook. And I might have cooked 2 orders of chicken wings and a salad. And the other DJ was like, "Well, I got me a DJ who don't know no better. Let me make him work for me today, and I'm gonna go just mess around all day." So he's like, let me DJ, come DJ for me. I'll go run some errands. I was like, Because you know back then you never let a DJ on your set.
Yeah,
I don't care. You didn't let a DJ on your set, and you don't let nobody on your microphone because they will take your shit, right? And that's what happened. I took your shit because I was from Cali. I get on with the ones and twos and I start cranking. And I'm not playing down south stuff. I'm playing Egyptian Lover. I'm playing Planet Rock. It's the same damn thing, basically, right? It's up tempo. It's 125, right? And I made them girls more money in one day they made all week. And every week we had every month, first of the month, they had a meeting on Sunday at Magic City. 150 girls would be all in the club and he'd be telling what the law is. Everybody get their grievances out. The first item was a girl named Indigo got up. She was like, Magic, we want him. And I was the head DJ making.
And did you create the Lou Williams lemon pepper wings too? Was you the first person? Did you start that?
Man, it been that's so old. Like everything, it's funny how people say things started here and there, and it's always been like that. They've been doing that forever, huh?
No, I said I know. I used to, like real talk.
That's what
I know
they
it
know
sounds like
for.
a joke, but when you go to Magic City,
Yeah.
Food.
Man, we used to make so many different combinations of wing, lemon pepper with barbecue, lemon pepper with just everything. You just make combos. However you wanted your food cooked, that's how they did it. And it, the cook thing used to just be the cook thing, but then the cook thing turned into a real good hustle. And now you can turn, because man, there's always people in the strip club, so you can always make money. And that's
now
what
chefs is actual chefs in those clubs.
Yeah, because they can make money and they can run it. Yeah, they can
menus.
get menus and the whole nine, and they can run their whole business out, and they can cater from there because it's a kitchen. So they can cater for, all they got to do is pay the fee, the monthly fee that they have to pay. So fast forward, I'm working in Magic City. We having fun. I'm breaking, I'm meeting everybody in Atlanta. This is when Bobby Brown got down there. This is when Babyface got down there. It's when this is at the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And I knew all the record reps. And we used to just party. Magic City used to be packed I used to work doubles. I used to work from noon all the way to 4 a.m, right? Wow. And, we were still making music. We were still making hip hop, right? Me and Steve would make hip hop. And I would make records and I'd play them at the club and they would hit, but, it was more fun. We still wanted to be stars, but it was more fun. And I was like, Steve, if we're going to get out of here, we got to make some up-tempo stuff. We got to make the stuff that they love down here. We got to make some bass music. And Steve was like, man, I don't know how to make that stuff. I was like, nah, man, you can make it. Just do it your way. Think Planet Rock and Egyptian Lover, right?
Yeah.
And, he started working on the beat. And he had already knew he wanted to use Kano from a couple years earlier, right? Because that's one of the songs we used to love. And then, I had a stacks of rhyme books. So I'm going through rhyme books, see which matches. And then I was working on a song called Whoomp, There It Is, because that was started to be a popular saying in the clubs.
Well, that's what I wanted you to get to. So
I wanted to transition to it. So
what's the epiphany when that came about?
Well, actually it was just, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Whoomp, There It Is just another song, right? It wasn't oh my God, that's the one right there. No, it was the one that fit with that beat, right? Okay. Because when everybody be doing that Friday night in the club and everybody's hollering Whoomp, There It Is, there's an energy there, right? But I really couldn't quote because we just playing music and the girls is making money. If they wasn't making money, they wouldn't be saying Whoomp, There It Is, right? Yeah. So we put it down. It was August 92. Put it down. Hey, let me tell you something, man, off topic. Probably one of the #1 records in the history of strip clubs is Freaks of the Industry.
Wow.
Girl named Goldie used to dance to it every time. And because she danced to it slow, like a snake, everybody loved her for it. She made more money on that song than any other song. So when she wasn't there, every other girl would dance to it. So that song was being played from the time y'all dropped Sex Packets forever. It's still played in strip clubs all across the South.
And I always wondered about that because it was never a single, but we would go and people would know it. I'm like, how do they, where are they hearing
strip clubs, dog. I'm telling you, back then, strip clubs was about the garter belt. Nobody was throwing money back then. It was about having girls would have a garter belt on, and if the garter belt looked like an afro, that was the equivalent of somebody throwing up $1,000 in ones. And if a girl had two garter belts full of money all the way around her leg, she was the star. Goldie was the star because she would dance slow, the booty shake music. She would dance slow to anything, and it would be mesmerizing to dudes. And that's how I learned how to break records, because I could take any record if a girl danced to it and make if it looks good while she's dancing to it, they like that record. So all the reps love me, from Columbia to Epic to A&M to all them Mercury, all them old school labels, right? Because they would bring me records, and if I played it and the girls liked it, that record's in rotation. Then in their report, they can call New York and go to LA and be like, this record's working. But you know, New York and LA wasn't believing it. But then when they start coming down here, they were like, whoa. And then that's when when LA started getting, doing his thing. And then next thing you know, the South is bubbling. And
now, was there ever a situation where you get a record and somebody might say, like, man, I need this thing, and you pull a dancer to the side, look, baby, I need you to feel.
It wasn't none of that. It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't none of that. Hey man, let me give you $100 to play this record. It wasn't none of that. Like, that's why you can ask everybody in the South. Everybody know that I don't take money to play records. I'll be like, I'll play your record, just the money you was gonna give me, put it on stage for the girl, because that's a long-term play. That girl's gonna tip me for months and years, regardless, because I forwent $100 to give to her, and that resonates.
Yeah, it's gonna sprinkle back down to you eventually.
Yeah. He didn't even have to do that. He could have kept that money, not even cared about me making money on stage, because he got his. But it wasn't like that with me. It was like, I got you, make it look good, and they would make this record look good, and they would end up liking the record. Now I done you even a bigger favor, because I got the girl to dance to your record, and you paid the girl, not me. But now that girl pays me forever. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I did with every girl that came in. That's why I was always paid as a strip club DJ, right? So back to Whoomp, there it is. We went to the studio, did it that day. It was in August. I had a cassette. You know, we used to mix down to a cassette back then, right? Yeah. This was right before CDs got big. And I went to work, set my stuff up, dropped that cassette in, and to this day, that's the biggest record I've ever had as a DJ. And when you talk about 10 people running to the DJ, we're like, what the fuck is that, dog? What is that? You got that? You got that on a mixtape? Like, nah, I just did that. I just came from the studio, and you got one there, boy. You know? And, but to me, it was just another record, because I always played my records after I got out the studio. That's why it was so fun to DJ and work at the club. Because I could go play my records. Yeah, I could test it out. Not even test it out, just play my records for a bunch of butt-naked women. I could play my music for 100 butt-naked women and look good. Like, yeah, that's my new music,
that's the dream.
That's the dream. That's the rock star thing right there, all in a nutshell. But I had it within those walls, right? And it just worked, because there's always going to be a certain amount of girls that love your record. And everybody loved Whoomp. I played it for a while, but then I stopped playing it because we had other records. It was just another record, man. I keep telling everybody that. And then it was like January 93, like after New Year's. And one of the girls was like, DC, how come you don't play that Whoomp? There it is, man. That thing was banging. And I was like, I'll play it. Ain't nobody asked for it. I played it again, the same thing happened. But this time, a cat named Alan Cole, worked for Columbia Records, was in there. He was like, man, what the hell is that? I was like, that's my new record, dog. He was like, man, give me that, dog. I'm sending that to New York. And he sent it to New York, and Columbia Records was on me, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, I got relationships with everybody here. And I gave everybody the record. But it's New York. And back then, how did New York think about everybody that was not in New York, right? Like, it was like, you good down there, but what can you do here? So we was getting a runaround, and I promise you, I almost gave up. And Lisa McCall, she manages Candy Bird. She was like, DC, you might want to talk to Al Bell. He had the Deuce record, Daisy Deuce. That was a big record. It went gold. And for a bass record to go gold in the South, that's big. And I was like, yeah, he did do, I'll call him. And I called him, and it took about a week for him to hit me back. And I was like, look, Mr. Bell, I'm a DJ in the hottest club in the country. I got a record that I made, and me and my boy, we know we got one. And you need to really fuck with us. Like on the real, I'm giving everybody a chance, everybody bullshitting. I was like, you could have it. And he was like, all right, cool, let's do it. I was like, you ain't even heard the record. What are you talking about? And he was like, I'll never forget it. He said, I don't have to hear it, brother. I hear it in your spirit. and I'll never forget them words as long as I live. And signed a fucked up contract. And I left Magic City Freaknik weekend, and a month and a half we was platinum.
That's crazy.
And
then
the circumstances,
eventually, so you guys sold 4 million records, right?
Yeah, there's probably more. It's way more than that. That's
way more than that. But I'm saying,
Because I've been trying to get in that time because the record company went bankrupt, right? But they went bankrupt in like '97. So at '97 we was at 4 million, and I know since then we could tackle another couple maybe, but being able to sell 4 million physical pieces is something. Ain't too many people can ever do that. Yeah. So, a couple things that made that record huge. One, there was one pivotal moment because I was still working at Magic City. Ed Lover came down. Like everybody used to come to Magic City. And he was like, man, what's that, DC? I was like, that's when the reason, like, man, you need to give me that. And I gave him a cassette because I had some cassettes pressed up. And he's like, man, I can't do nothing with no cassette. I need some vinyl. I was like, damn. So after I left Magic City and we signed everything, I was like, Al, I need vinyl. I need to get people vinyl. And I met him down in Magic City, gave him a vinyl. He went back, and that Monday, him and Dre played Whoomp, There It Is, the whole show, Yo MTV Raps. That happened. Then Michael Jordan and won their 3rd championship. You got 500,000 people in Grant Park chanting Whoomp, There It Is. By now, it's starting to matriculate all over the country, right? Yeah. That the Yo MTV Raps, the whole industry hearing it simultaneously was huge. And then down here, Ryan Cameron works the radio station. B103 did not play rap. They didn't have a rap station in Atlanta in 1993. And Ryan started playing the instrumental over as a bed when he would talk, right?
Yeah.
And then he started, it was like, yo, man. People start calling in, it was like, man, play that song, man. Play that song. You can't just play the instrumental. And then he started putting it in rotation. And then after that, man, it was just crazy. Budweiser Superfest, and then you know how it go. Then you out there. Once you out there, you're just going. You know what I mean? Until it all come crashing down, and then you gotta figure it out. Then that's when you gotta figure it out. And see, that is why I am like I am, because I was telling T, my goal in life now is to tell people or anybody who will listen the things I wish somebody had told me when I was young. Right.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that I enjoy and that I try to get across. I bring my guests on to share this information because, believe it or not, a lot of the and for some reason there's this narrative about there's such a gap, the young cats and old, but most of the young cats that I've come across, they want to know.
Yeah, they want to know.
They think that they're not respected, right? So if you give them a little bit but share the information, then it's all good.
And that's the first thing I tell people. I say you cannot hate on young people for being young. That's the first mistake they make, because you look old and bitter, right?
Yeah, you look like,
and because you are old and bitter. It's like, if anything, you got something over them and you don't even realize what you got. It's like, we got experience.
Yeah.
So we know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. I could do what they do, but it looks stupid if I did what they did. But I got it in my toolbox. So if I put my experience with it, it comes out something totally different, right? And that comes from experience or training, right? And that is what, that's what has led me my whole career. I mean, I dabbed in everything. I was a licensed commodities broker, right? early 2000s. Like I've always been trying to find it because I knew, Whoomp There It Is wasn't gonna last. And the record was so big that there was no way we was gonna ever be able to make another record. I knew that at the time, right?
Oh, it's like you can't beat that.
You can't beat that. You know what I mean? Just like right now, we're running up against something where there's no way that we're gonna be able to top this Geico commercial, right?
Yeah,
if it ended right now, it ended right now, we've done it perfect. It looks like our career has been perfect, right?
Yeah, that's the bow at the end.
Yeah. It's like the button. Yeah, we buttoned it up. Nobody cares about what happened in between. All they care about is that their kids is jumping up in front of the TV, dancing to Tag Team, the song they used to love when they was kids. That right there, you cannot manufacture under any circumstances. And all you can do is enjoy it. And that's what I'm doing.
Generations, right? So my oldest son, he, when he was 3, well, however old he was, so he had to be like maybe 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
It was his favorite song, but he used to call it Whoop Dead Ends, like a dead end street. He's like, Dad, play Whoop Dead Ends. He's like, Whoop Dead Ends.
Yeah.
Tantizi is asking, are you gonna be involved with the Magic City movie? The movie about Magic City?
Probably not. No, but you know what? They always call me, so they'll eventually call me because everybody's always like, you got to talk to DC because I have historical. I'm the fact checker, right? Because I was there through all of it, right? So I can tell you exactly what happened, when it happened, because I was there. I was in the trenches with my girls, right? I was there. Right, so they'll be calling.
Give me one of the craziest things that happened in Magic City that involves somebody that we know.
Man, I can't think of nothing because I always kept my nose clean. Dog, I was in the DJ booth. I'm trying to get bread. I ain't trying to.
How you the fact checker? How you know what happened?
Okay, you want to know? Okay, so
tell me something.
No. Okay,
you can't have it both ways.
I got you.
Okay,
it's not about some people we know, but it's relevant of something that is the staple of the whole strip club existence today, and that was the first night I saw Making It Rain, right?
Okay.
It's 1991. It was a Thursday night. Club was slow, and our boy Easy used to come in, and he used to just come in. He had more money than anybody at that time, right? And he would come in and just bless everybody. And Easy was like, man, ask Charles if we can close the club. And he called Charles Walker. And Charles Walker was like, I don't know. And it's like, man, somebody called Magic. Charles was like, yeah, let the motherfucker close the club. So we closed the club at about 2. Closed at 4. We closed about 2. So then I'm DJing. We danced about 6 of his boys and all the girls, right? And we having a good time party and stuff. And then I played a Prince song, Irresistible. And not Irresistible. One of them Prince slow songs, right? That's long as hell.
Bitch, that ain't
no, not that one. Insatiable.
Okay.
Insatiable. One of them slow songs, right? And I'll never forget it. Jasmine, one of my homegirls, she done passed away, but she's the one that got it started. Her and this girl named Tori got on stage, and they were dancing so sexy, right? Because they were dancing and freaking each other, but they weren't touching each other, right? It was a difference, right? It was sensual. And it got Easy and them so riled up that they just went nuts. They started pouring all the water from the ice and stuff from the champagne buckets over, so now they're wet. And they're wet, and and he's got ones. And they don't remember they used to put ones in garter belts.
Right.
He just started throwing ones. Then he got some more ones, just started throwing more ones. Then they ran out of ones. He just started throwing all the money he had because he had it like that. And that was a night that not only was the first time I saw Making It Rain happen, but that was the first night that females came out the closet openly because they knew they could get their bread if they freaked each other.
Start kissing and stuff.
Just, I
So
mean,
this is a Black History moment.
Yeah.
Like on Chappelle, like the first night, a nigga made it rain. February 2nd, 1993.
I remember every second, and
a nigga started
and it was like I had never seen nobody ever seen nothing like that before. And every time he came in, every girl's like, "When I go on stage, play Prince. It's like all y'all can't do.
They wanted that dollar.
They wanted that dollar, and that's when it transitioned from Money in the Garter Belt to Make It Rain, because what happened was all the girls started wearing what's called body straps, which would be like a string wrapped all around their body, so they could catch more. They could catch more money, in their garter belt. So it was like a full body garter belt. So then it transitioned. Then it transitioned to just rain. And then at first, when they were doing it, they would throw it up in the air, and it would come down. It'd be like everybody would drop at the same time, and everybody just scramble to pick up the money as fast as they
trying
could.
To get it like.
It would look. I swear it would look like if you was feeding. I don't want to say this, but it looked like you was.
Say it.
That's what it looked like, right? And I used to be so fascinated by it. And I remember when we left, I did that at a concert, an Al Heyman concert, and Freddie C came back there and cussed me out so bad. I like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? You get us all shut down for that? Because we was throwing. I threw a little bit of money, but then we was throwing the hand fans out there, right? Yeah. And man, they almost knocked over the barricades. They went crazy, man. It was like, man, what is you doing? And I would do that everywhere I went because I was the only dude that was really kind of doing that. This is like 93.
Yeah, you saw the inception
I saw it happen, and I saw it, and then after that, then it just took on a life of its own, and all the other clubs, it's like now you had to have ones. And I remember.
Well, two questions. Did that trickle down to you? Tanti's asking, did you start seeing the influx? Like your tips started going up?
So because I knew what I was doing, I would always get the same amount of money. I'm always gonna make $1,000, $2,000 a night, right? Because I know how to get bread. I'm selling mixtapes. I'm selling plates. I would cook when they had like
giving
sometimes
haircuts,
they would have a
like
cook.
DJ. Like
I would cook. I would cook plates of food. I would come in with 50 plates, $500, $10 a pop. I'm walking in with $500. I go to New York and buy 5 bags of knockoff stuff. Come back and sell it in 2-3 nights. Like I was hustling. That club taught me how to hustle under any circumstance.
Wait, but they had a kitchen. Why would they let you bring food in there to sell?
Because sometimes, it might be a cook that wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, or he didn't know how to cook and it was nasty. And I'd be like, hey, can I bring a couple plates in? It's like, yeah, we don't care. And then shoot, I had cooks, boy, they was ready to shoot me for real. Because I would do stuff like, I would do combos. I'd have turkey wings over dressings with oxtails, or oxtails over dressing with shrimp and over rice and gravy, with greens and macaroni and cheese, cornbread. Then I'd have candy yams. Then I'd go to Sam's and get that yellow cake. Like, there's dudes that walk up to me to this day and say, man, I remember my girl used to work the club, dog. She used to bring your plates home every night. You used to cook a motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one summer, the air conditioner was broke, right?
Yeah.
And they want to fix it. So I would go down off Memorial Drive, go to the dry ice spot, and the place where all the ice cream trucks go, and I'd fill a cooler with dry ice and ice cream and bomb pops and popsicles and shit, and I sell that shit every night at the club. And you got gangsters walking around sucking on bomb pops and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, because it was that hot, right? I started selling Oriental fans because no matter what, it could be cold outside, but if you in a club, Black women's hair fall. So if they got a fan that works good, their hair not gonna fall. I would sell fans for $15. Like, I'm a hustler. I'm gonna get my money, period.
Yeah, and they had it because you seen them picking up one.
Yeah, period. So, it's all that training translated into who I am today, which is I'm on offense. Recently, right. I had a meeting with my agents, and I'm like, I want to hire a publicist. So he's like, I got some people you can talk to. But then we asked them, they were like, well, we don't know if that's going to work for this, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, cool, thank you. And I went and joined NRSA, National Pub, was it? NPRSA.
I'm not saying that's the rifle shit.
Yeah. No, it's the National Public Relations Society of America.
Okay.
That's where all the publicists are, right? And the first, maybe after 2 days of looking at their videos, I knew how to be a publicist. But then they had one of these big wig publicists where you do a Zoom, and I get on there, and I got a question, and it's like, I'm new to it. I'd like to thank you guys for inviting me in, and just real humble. And I'm like, our press release, I'd like to ask your guests, our press release is still relevant. And they're like, well, what is it for? I was like, well, right now I'm an actor, and I'm recently featured in a Geico commercial, Geico Scoop There It Is commercial. Then I'm looking at the chat, right? And I see the chat, and it's like, really? I love that commercial. My kids love that commercial. Now the chat's just on fire, just talking about the Geico commercial, right? And next thing you know, I've taken over the whole Zoom of people that I don't even know, and they gave me the game all in one setting. First, you got to do this. Now you want to go to this site. This site is where you get on all the podcasts. You go to this site so you find all the journalists. This site is good for this. If you use a PR company, you're going to use this one. Now, when you do your PR, when you do your press release, you want to do it like they gave me the game, dog. Just like that, just because I didn't give up and I said, let me find another way. And that's what I was telling you about AIBA, how we got shows. I went and joined the organization where all the people who buy entertainment, all the Hard Rock cafes and the Live Nations where everybody's all friends and stuff. Jump in there. I walked into that conference with a big ass Whoomp There It Is t-shirt on and started meeting people. Next thing you know, I know pretty much all the buyers in the industry. I got the email list of everybody, and now we getting shows.
Yeah, and when you told me, I definitely had planned I spoke to Mike, my manager, and I was like, we got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, and think about it. And that's why I tell people, I was like, look, if there's something you want to do, there's an organization full of professionals that's ready to give you the game. All you got to do is join the organization, because that's what it's there for, right? It's an organization of professionals that all do the same thing, and they help each other. So now I'm a part of a public relations, I'm a part of a marketing, advertising, not corporation, but a society. It could be the smallest to the biggest. You just want to be with professionals that can teach you the game, because there's going to be somebody that want to run their mouth and teach you the game, period. Yeah. Because that's what it's about. So.
Well, the thing we also said is that, for us, I know for you, probably the same thing. And for me, it's one of those things, because you love it so much, you want to make sure that it's in the right hands, so you share it. But we also know that more times than not, you can share information, but only 25 to 30% of them will retain it or act on it, right? So, it's kind of crazy.
Hey man, let me tell you something.
That the information is always there for you to get.
But here's the thing: you can't just go into it and just be like, okay, I got the info. You got to record it. I record everything. If I'm paying you some money to teach me something, I'm recording it. If I'm learning from you, I'm recording it, because I know I can't retain all that information. But when I decompress, because I'm so hyped that I got the information, I can go back a couple of days later, and then I can break it down, piece it together. And that's like one of my concepts was learning how to learn, right? Like I might get an extra long email and I'm like, man, I don't feel like reading this shit, but you need to read it. So what's the solution? Either you're gonna read it or you're not, or I could put it in my AI software, which is a reader that has human voices, dump it in that, let it read to me while I'm doing this and doing other stuff. And I get what I need to hear. They need to do this. Okay, and then you end up reading along while he's talking to you. Or if I don't have a class that is, 3 or 4 weeks old, man, it's kind of hard to listen to. Let me dump this into AI so it can transcribe it. Now I got it on paper. I can look at it in paper form as it's reading it to me, and I'm reading along with it because it's more fun and it's easier for me to retain the information. Learn how to learn. Right? I got 10
Yeah.
hustles like that. You know, it's almost.
You better start doing some seminars.
I am. That my agents is pitching me when they come back. I'll be doing motivational speaking because I know I provide value. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, to be honest
example.
with you, that's something that eventually I'm going to do as well.
Yeah.
Now, I want to go back to something that you told me about, or that you mentioned that I did not know. So when you signed your first, you know, when you did the deal for Whoop, There It Is, you said the guy, what's his name, Al Bell?
Yeah.
He did Daisy Dukes. Wasn't that 69 Boyz?
No, that was Deuce.
That was
Mercedes
Deuce.
and Deuce, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to say because I was like,
yeah. But see, that's one of the things in the South that everybody think everybody the same group. You know what I'm saying? People get them mixed up.
So how did that? You know, so people don't know. For people who don't know,
yeah,
you guys had Whoop, There It Is. 69 Boyz had Whooped.
No, it wasn't 69 Boyz. That was 95 South that had Whoop.
95 South, right?
Yeah, but so, not only did 95 South have Whoop, it was the A-Town Players from the east side of Atlanta that had a Whoop There It Is record. There was 3 Whoop There It Is records hitting at the same time.
At the same time, is it because it was such a popular saying, or
coincidence?
Coincidence. Now, did you guys ever get to was there ever any conflict, or did you ever talk about it?
Not that I know of. We was on Arsenio together. We went and we made money for flood victims. Really, that's the only time I ever really was around them dudes. But there was never no conflict to me because, man, I was playing Whoop There It Is almost a year before we even put it out. I was playing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And people think that things happen overnight.
Yeah, people. I got copyright paperwork, right? So anybody that got a narrative otherwise, I just show them the copyright paperwork. Like, dude, I copyrighted this February 5th and tried to clear the sample in February. There's no way that what you say happened could have happened, right? So, you know, but that's always gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
When you have songs that are the same. And then after that, at the end, and when it all ended, there was probably about 15 Whoop There It Is records. You just never heard about it. I mean, they were just exactly. Think about it. Nobody thought Roxanne, the real Roxanne, stole Roxanne Shantae's record. It was just 2 records that was similar because they both was named Roxanne. Yeah. Like, but, you know, all I can do, man, I can't control what people think. All I control is my hustle.
Well, one thing that you could have or could control is what was the thought process behind the whole Kano sample and them approaching you? Like, did you guys try to clear it?
We did. Okay, so that's one of the things. Now, see, here's the thing.
Sure.
Now, like a lot of people be like, man, that's messed up that they took advantage of y'all young, y'all kids, you know, but the record industry do that. And I take full responsibility because I'm still a man. I might be a young man, but I'm still a man. And it's up to a man to be on his shit, right? So if I was on my shit, I would have learned everything I needed to learn about music publishing before I signed the contract, right?
Okay.
So
it got pinned on you guys.
No, what happened, we cleared one half of the sample. Publishing, there's 2 parts. You got your writer's share, and then you got your publisher share, right?
Right.
We thought it was all one thing.
You sampled it.
Yeah. So Kanan was like, well, you cleared it with them, but with the writers, but you didn't clear it with us. So then we had to clear, you know, this was after the record was out. So I had to clear it with them. And then it was just a battle from there on out. And then
I gotcha.
But then it was like, you know, Al Bell held them off, but then he was like, we need to, it was 50-50. And he was like, we need to switch this over to this. And he was like, y'all should let me administer. Y'all's part of the publishing, right? And that was the fatal flaw.
No.
Because administration is control over how it gets paid. So if the record company if you're paying the record company 10% to administer your publishing, then they could come back around like they do with recoupment and say, well, you know, you owe us money. So until you pay off that bill, we keep all the money. And that's how it happens. So that's why anybody comes to me and says, hey, DC, man, how you put me on, man? How I get in the game? Like, I got a file for you. Give me your email. I'm going to send you a file. And it's a file with nothing but music publishing stuff in it. And I was like, when you finish that, hit me back, and then we could talk. And I can tell you, 99% of people don't hit me back because it's hard. And you learn music publishing, you'll never get taken advantage of, right?
Trust me, 30 years later, I'm still learning it.
Yeah, exactly. And I look back on it sometimes, like, if y'all had did it right, would it have mattered? And I'm like, nah, it wouldn't have mattered because we was young and, you know, we'd be getting money, but then who's to say that we wouldn't have been blowing that money, right?
Yeah, you would have been
It's like,
making it rain in the club.
Yeah, you can't even, you know, but my money got eaten up because I was dealing with putting out fires, lawsuits and stuff. And then we went through 20 years of 2 record companies fighting over us. I can't fight 2 record companies. They just bleed you to death. Now we're about to just give my money up to be bled, just give it away on lawyers. So I was like, I let them bloody each other up and, you know, let them hash it out. And then when it's time to settle everything, we be there when it's happening because we still own half no matter what, right? So it worked out. And then, you know, things just started happening. And like I said, who would have thought we'd be in a Geico commercial 28 years later, right? And everybody's thinking that Whoomp, There It Is a brand new song because it's Scoop. Like, it's just bananas, man.
Y'all had the Addams Family, Mickey Mouse and them did it. I mean, it ain't brand new, but it's just, you know, people don't know that, you know, you can milk this thing for what it's supposed to be milked for.
But then, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, Todd Teasy is reminding me that we gotta get into who said it. Mm-hmm. Got to play the game. And the reason, this is how I know you're gonna do well at this game, DC, is because you worked in the club. So you heard every song.
Man, I ain't touched a record in 5 years.
Every one of these songs you have played, you made money for these girls.
Yeah.
So you better know the music.
I know it.
Todd Teasy, you with me?
Yep, I'm here.
So you already know how the game go. I think most of our you know, listeners or people in the chat, you know, the loyal fans out there, they know how the game go. So we're just gonna jump right in. So, you know, we always start off with an example, just so you can get used to how it goes. Todd Teasy, why don't you get into it?
All right, here we go. Point blank, gin and juice. I drank, getting bent and bent as I puff on dank. Who said it?
Was it Snoop? Because it say gin and juice in it.
He's looking for
Say it one more time.
That's a first. All right. Point blank, gin and juice. I drank, getting bent and bent as I puffed on dank. Who said?
Oh, rock the mic. I crave skin. Rip shit, find a honey dip to dip it in. Slam dunk it, stick it, flip it and ride. That B-O-O-T-Y, oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh, that's it. Come on. Whoomp, there it is.
There it is.
I'm done. I sang that.
That's right, you said.
I'm getting old, y'all. I'm getting old.
He said Snoop.
Right? Hey, but what's crazy is that this a song that's played in every arena in the entire world. They don't know you're talking about juice and gin and smoking blunts. But I always tell, you know, I manage a young artist. I always tell artists, young people, I'm like, bro, the only thing that matters is the hook.
But then you don't have to, and you don't have to cuss.
Yeah.
You could be so explicit. That's the craft, is to be explicit without cussing.
Yeah.
Then it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter, man. Don't matter.
All right, so you know the game now. Let's go. This is the real stuff right now. Let's do it.
All right, Here we go.
All right.
I don't care if you got 3 babies. You can work this stick in my Mercedes. Who said it?
I know the words, but I can't remember who sang it. Told you. Not wait.
Say it one more time. Yeah, it's the cadence because she throwing you off, but you'll get it. She said,
I don't care.
Say it with some flavor, Tom Teasy.
I don't care. No. I don't care if you got 3 babies. You can work the stick in my Mercedes.
Oh, this is
it?
Digital Underground.
And strike one.
Huh?
All right, Tati. Now really say it with flavor. You're going to get it.
Okay. I don't care if you got 3 babies. You can work the stick in my Mercedes.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Who said it?
Baby got back.
And
Now
somebody
it's
else
your
said that
turn.
in the Zuka Vision. He tried that. Nope, not Sir Mix-a-Lot. You got
Now you
one
say
more.
It. Then you say it. You say it.
You want me? No, he got. You say it one more time, then I say it.
I don't care.
If I say it, he's gonna get it.
Right.
Well, I'm going down in flames.
Okay, here we go.
I'm sweating.
I don't care if you got 3 babies. You can work the stick in my Mercedes.
I can't remember. And I played this song a million times. I just can't. I'm just stuck right now.
You ready? I don't care if you got 3 babies. You can work that stick in my Mercedes. Nibble on my dick like a rat does cheese. Hey, we want some pussy.
Did you play that in the club?
Yeah,
million times. But see that right, the reason it was hard on that one, because that goes back to the beginning, right? That's but one of one. There's so many words. Yeah. Fresh Kid Ice.
No excuses.
Yep, Fresh Kid Ice sang that line. I got it now. Man, I can't. Hey, y'all.
So you see how this game go.
I apologize. Right. I'm getting old.
Nah, that's cool. Most people don't get it.
You all ready?
Oh my God.
Next.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But she kept standing there, holding up the wall, while everybody was rocking, cold, having a ball. Who said it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
He's mad.
I'm horrible. I try to tell you, I'm horrible.
Say it 2 more times. We're gonna see if he gets it.
And you can say it 10 more times, and I'm not gonna get it.
Okay, let me say it.
You're gonna say it and give you a guess, but if somebody in the chat guessed before you, then we give them a free T-shirt.
All right, that'll work.
Do you merchandise tees?
So whoever get it, y'all about to get a free T-shirt.
Wait, let me say it one more time, and then you'll say it the third time.
Okay.
Say how it's supposed to be. Okay. But she kept standing there, holding up the wall while everybody was rocking, cold, having a ball. Who said it?
Last time for the chat. I know DC, he don't know. He's out the game.
Yeah, I'm done.
Saying, one more time for the T-shirt.
But she kept standing there holding up the wall while everybody was rocking, cold, having a ball. Who said it?
Nobody got it? Come on, shake it. Come on, shake it. FC Shy D.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I don't be knowing the bass songs like that. I knew them back then, but I don't know them like that now. That's crazy. Hey. Now, if you did Gotta Be Tough, or like I know them all after you tell me what they are, but
yeah,
I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard.
Okay, let me say one.
And I feel bad. Oh my gosh. These are my
brothers. You got to get one off the top, Tati?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you know.
Okay, so this is not on your list. Just waking them up. Wait. Here I go. Just waking up in the morning, I gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kind of odd.
Yeah, I know that. Ice Cube.
Hey, that's the only one she know too, DC.
Hey,
man. She been pitching that one for like 5 years.
Hey, man. Cause it's slow. You know what I mean? It's slow. When they're slow and you feel the vibe. When it's fast, you better be dancing. That's the only way you're gonna remember it. I promise. It's hard,
All right,
man.
so
it's
what's
hard.
the next one?
Okay, from the list.
Here we got 2 more.
Yep. It's a long ass way. I'm from the 20 side of things. She said, it's dead serious. Hot like some lighter flames. What? Who said it? I'm with you, DC.
Lighter flames. Man. You would have been better off. You would have been better off.
We ain't gonna linger on this one.
You would have been better off going z z z z z z z z z z. You gotta make them natty.
Say it one more time and I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
This is also for the people in the chat if they can guess it.
Okay, here we go. It's a long ass way. I'm from the 20 side of things. She said, it's dead serious. Hot like some lighter flames. Who said it?
Just the lighter flames, man. Come on now. Like.
And that was 85 South. What was Cash from Atlanta? What the name of the song was 85 South. That's the cast with Outkast. What's the name? I know you working, daddy.
Oh, you mean
on 85. What's that name?
Man, if I was DJing, I could do all these, but I ain't DJing
Oh,
no more, man. Out of sight, out of mind. That's who is that? I think that's that ain't the Young Bloods. That's
Young Bloods.
Is it Young Bloods? Yeah.
I actually like the Young Bloods.
Yeah, Young Bloods is it.
Yeah. I see Christina, she got it late though. After we said it. I don't know if it's a delay.
Yep.
85 South. Okay, this is the last one. This was the club banger. You better know it.
Okay, here we go. Baby bounce, biggie bounce, huh? It's on you, shorty. You can twerk in your skirt if you want to. Who said it?
You threw me off by the way you said shout it.
I knew that was gonna get her.
Isn't that how they say that?
I don't know, but when you said it, I was like, okay. She said shout it like that. Have I ever heard shout it? That's how I just went totally to that. Like, has I ever heard her say like what would be that?
How you say
I know it's shout it. Shout it.
Oh, okay.
Do your head a little bit like that real quick.
I did do that.
What like that? What like that right there, shouting?
Okay, let me say it again. Baby bounce, biggie bounce, huh? It's on you, shawty. You can twerk in your skirt if you want to. Who said it?
Well, my folk gonna kill me, boy. Like, man, how you didn't know that? Cause, man, I just didn't know it. Forgive me.
Ronnie, you said.
Let's see if somebody gonna guess. Say it one more time. I'm giving the chat room a chance to guess it. Then I'll let you know.
Baby bounce.
Say it with some flavor though. Say it like you from the ATL.
I even did the shawty thing.
Shout it.
Baby bounce, biggie bounce, huh? It's on you, shawty. You can twerk in your skirt if you want to. Who said it?
Mm-hmm.
She said,
Mm-hmm.
Nobody guessed it?
Mm-mm.
Let's see if I can say it like he said. And I gotta get his voice like that, huh? Baby bounce, biggie bounce, short. No, baby bounce, biggie bounce, huh? It's on you. Shorty, you can twerk in your skirt if you want to. It's the Yin Yang Twins. Whistle while you twerk.
Really?
Oh, yeah, let the really work it. Whistle while you twerk.
Yin yang in the thing.
You can't say you didn't play that in the club.
Yin yang in the thing.
And you know what? I think that was one of the first. And thank you, Ty Teasy. You did a great job.
You're welcome.
I think that yin yang, that whistle while you twerk, that was the first. I think that was the first yin yang video I saw, and I was like, "What is this?"
That's Smurf. That was Smurf, man. Smurf made a lot of bass records back then, but then he bought it down in some BPMs and just made it funky. And
that was like
that whistle while you twerk, boy.
Yeah, and that record, it didn't really.
And make better shout and whistle while you twerk.
Yeah. They used to play that video. I don't know if it was the box. I forget what year it was, but that thing used to come on all the time.
Like 99, 2000.
Yeah, and I really wasn't, obviously I'm not in Atlanta, so I didn't know the culture of it. But it was just something about that record. I was like,
yeah, man.
I would stop and watch it every time. Like,
that's one that you play everywhere and everybody know it. You did a lot of shows with them.
Yin yang in the thing. I just did a Mr. Mix from 2 Live. He got a new record, and I'm on a song with bro from Yin Yang.
Oh, Mix.
With Mr. Mix. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's one of our best friends, man. I love that boy.
Yeah.
That's that dude. He's historical.
Oh yeah.
He's historical and hysterical.
Yeah, he's all over
I like
that.
when he
Rolled
says,
into one.
Mr. Hobbs.
Mr. Hobbs.
Yeah, Mr. Hobbs.
Hey man, he got a lot of history though. You know it all.
Yeah.
About Miami,
he truly started it. He truly started it all, basically. For real.
And it's crazy because it's one of them things where, just like you, Mix is from California originally.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And he went down and he's Mr. Miami, but he went down and just dove into that culture and took hold of it.
I helped him lose a lot of weight because I lost like 100 pounds. So I do keto. I did keto, man, because I was like, I got too much to live for. I got to drop this weight. And then everybody saw how I lost the weight. And he was like, man, how you do that? And then that's a whole nother thing. I just re-engineered food because I know how to cook. So it's just like you just substitute certain things and experiment till they taste good. Use the good ingredients and it dropped it just like that. So if I do gain, like the pandemic messed me up, gained a little weight, but I fell right back into it because it's a lifestyle now. I cook like that anyway, right?
You got an air fryer?
Nah.
You have an air fryer?
Nope. And I eat fried chicken all the time. I just cook it in olive oil. And I use a tablespoon of cornstarch, and it tastes just like fried. Them good Chinese chicken wings you can get that be crispy. That's how they make them. So, just a tablespoon of cornstarch.
You don't soak the chicken in oil. You just coat them like.
Nah, I do a whole thing in olive oil. But the key to it is right because, see, every time I would do something right, everybody would be like, give me an excuse why it wouldn't work. So I would come up with a solution for that excuse. Well, yeah, olive oil is good for you, but it has a high burning point, so it burns. And I'm like, well, as soon as you cook it, you have your strainer and your bucket, and you strain the oil in it before you even start eating. Now you got clean grease because you done strained it in a coffee filter, and now you got clean grease for the next time. You get 15 fries out of one thing of olive oil, and then it starts getting seasoned, right? Then you don't have to really even season your chicken. And then I brine my chicken, which is a salt solution where you let it set. So now any piece of the chicken is tender. So you put it in a bag, season it, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 4 grams of carbs, dump it in, mix it up. It's gonna be wet, but as soon as it hits that grease, crispy. And then it stays crispy. And now you got fried chicken.
Well, I think a cooking show is on your next horizon, or at least.
Oh yeah, I'm working. That's in the works too. It's called Cooking with Women. And it'll be like with
cooking with women. So you're Magic City cooking.
Just like if 4 of the Magic City girls came over and we just talking and cooking, and they're like, DC, how I can't cook rice for nothing. I'd be like, we put you on game, baby, and just teach people how to cook.
That's not your skill.
Just teach people how to cook stuff. Just simple solutions for everybody who wants to learn how to cook. But it just be a bunch of women, right? And it might be all kinds of walks of life. Like every time if I'm dating somebody and she brings a little girl over, first thing I do, get them on the step, we making pizza together because I show them how to make pizza. And they always remember me because I showed them how to make their favorite thing, pizza, right? Like everything, like you say, you got to figure it out. You got to think about it differently and you got to re-engineer it. And once I did that, man, dropped just like that. And I didn't lack for anything, right? Everything was, I didn't change anything really. It was just, can't have no sugar, no potatoes, no rice, no starches like that. But once you get into the flow of it, it's easy.
All right, I see my producer on the side telling me to wrap it up, but I do want to before I get out, I want to ask you something. And there's a method to what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember if it was 97, whatever, but Steve got involved with the whole marijuana thing, right? So this is almost like a 3-part question.
Yeah.
And then we'll get out. So one, back then, were you aware of it? Like, were you asked to be involved because you said you're a hustler? So if it's money to be made and the situation's out there, and secondly, with the cannabis business opening up like it is, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people now, the others are making the money off of it. When before it was it was so illegal that they were locking all of us up.
Yeah.
So now what are your thoughts about now that it's open market? It's these guys are making, corporations are making money on cannabis. Do you think that they should release the people that they arrested years before, knowing that it really wasn't like Schedule A, whatever they called it, and criminalized it so much? But now that they're able to make the money off of it, but they still have these people locked up. So we're talking about Steve's situation, just the business in general, and what should be done with these people that are kind of like suffering from it.
For me, I would always work, and Steve always did what he did, right? And we all family. I used to sell. Everybody else sold a little weed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I used to sell back in the day. I used to do my thing, but I knew.
At the club.
Yeah, exactly. Hey man, dude, I used to have
some weed.
I used to have
smoke the weed, get hungry, and get your plate.
I used to have these Coke cans, the screw off tops. Man, I used to just boy. It's hustling, you know what I mean? You don't think nothing of it when you're real young, you know what I mean? You just think it as a way to make money. But as I got older, it was like, that ain't for me. And now that I'm older, I haven't smoked weed in probably about 20 years. And I don't miss it. I don't want it. I don't need it. And I can't even speak on all the other stuff because I'm so focused on other things. And I don't even know. Like, but I understand what you're saying, but I don't even know. I can't relate because I don't know nobody who's been locked up since the 90s for some weed, right? And then and then the one time I did get locked up or just, for a weekend, everybody in there was in there on some parking violation because they couldn't pay a parking ticket or parking violations, right? Like the jails is filled with a lot of people that really aren't criminals, but they just don't have a means to get out once they get in, right?
Right.
So, the easiest way for me is just, hey man, don't do no dirt. That's for me. But everybody else ain't. Everybody else, is everybody else, and I'm me, man. I can't even speak on it because there's no way in hell I'm selling any weed or doing anything illegal because I love my freedom, right? And I know that they're going to be harsh on me. They're going to be 10 times harsh on me than they are on anybody else. So why would I even put myself in that position? Now, if I got to do what I got to do, I'm going to do what I got to do. Huh?
Now that it's pretty much legal as a born hustler, do you see yourself, if somebody approaches you like, man, it's, zoom, there it is.
Nah, man. Nah, dude, because I'm a hustler. I was a dude who could make just as much money, if not more, than niggas that sold weed and coke, but just hustling, selling things. It's all about what you sell. So I'm selling plates. Yeah, I'm selling plates. I'm trying to, I'm looking at the crowd And I'm like, what does the crowd lack? What solution? What solution? What problem can I solve?
Right.
And then I go and I get it and then solve that problem. And then I'm playing chess. I'm 5 moves ahead because when they see you making money, they're gonna come copy you. Then that muddies the water of that hustle. Now I can't sell that no more. But I've got 6 of them on the fire. Now I'm off to the next thing. So I'm always thinking ahead, but I guess I am a special type of person. And for me personally, I knew it would break my mother and father's heart, and they didn't spend all that money for me to go to college and raise me and all that stuff for me to be in jail because of that. So that's why that never was an option for me, right?
Like,
now,
right, dude.
I can say that, but shit, I've been lucky too, right? I've been lucky too, but you know, because there's been times where I went a little hard, right? But I've always been lucky. I've always been clean, kept it small, and just kept it moving, right? And it was never just doing it like that. Now, you know, people gotta do what they gotta do, and life is life, and people gotta feed their families. But you know, if you know how these laws are, it's gonna be you can't beat it. And then you would think that in a perfect world, okay, that problem doesn't exist anymore. Let's kind of change these laws a little bit. But then it's like, we ain't changed them laws. Is this the way for us to keep them down?
Yeah, let's keep
them in control, keep them on lock, right? So why would we change the laws? But and this is how we can make money, because we're gonna keep putting them in, and we're gonna have private prisons, and we're gonna get our money. And we got cheap labor to do whatever we need to do. So shoot, it's another form of what it used to be in a different skin. And you just can't be the person that get caught up in it, because it's just never ending, right? Just never ending, man. They make it to where you can't even try to succeed. But you know, if you educate yourself, there's always hope. And my thing has always been, don't be mad at what they do. Learn what they learn. Because if they do something, they obviously did it because they're making money doing it. So learn what they learned, and then you could be doing what they do and make their money, right? And you don't gotta treat people bad. Like if they change the tax law and everybody pissed off about it, I'm not gonna be pissed off about it. I'm gonna be like, okay, so what tax law did they change? How did they
let's figure out how to move.
How are they able to write this stuff off and I can't? No, you can't. I can write it off. Oh, I didn't know what. So I became, I become my own bookkeeper, right? I was taught by the best. So now I'm my own bookkeeper. I do my own books. I know what I can write off, what I can't. So I fashion my whole life according to the tax code to be able to take advantage of it. But everybody don't apply themselves like that, right? I do, because I don't get emotional about what society does and does not do for me. I don't expect anybody to do for me. The only person that can, we did an interview a couple weeks ago. The dude sent me a question here. He was like, what's your kryptonite? And I was like, what's my kryptonite? And I thought about it, and I was like, me? That's it.
Yeah, only you can stop you.
Only you can stop
DC,
you.
Let everybody know where they can find you. You know,
hey
if
man,
they want any information.
All you gotta do is go to the Google machine, type in DC Glenn, and you'll find me. That's because I got 2 N, DC GLENN. You're gonna find me. Type in tag team, you're gonna find me. Type in Whoomp, there it is, you're gonna find me. Type in Geico, you're gonna find me. Nice. I know what I'm doing. And that's how y'all gotta be on the real. Okay. Because if somebody could just type your name and find you, if they're looking for you, obviously they're trying to give you something or get in contact with you or think you got some value or something. Yeah. So why not make it easy for them to find you? So
we're gonna tap in on that.
Yeah, so,
man. Lastly, just tell what's the next thing you need everybody to look out for, just on a closing.
I got 2 movies coming out. Got shot during the pandemic. Do tons of voiceover, and I'm trying to be in the next season of The Mandalorian or Star Wars or any Marvel movie. I'm just seriously honing my craft in acting, because I'm not trying to be a star. I just want to be a working actor, and I want little parts and big shit. That's all I care about, right? I don't have to be.
Are you on Clubhouse? someone
Yeah,
else?
we're doing a Clubhouse this Sunday, the whole cast of the Geico commercial. Super Bowl Sunday, back 2:00, well before the game, just for about a half hour to an hour. So you can ask everybody from the, what's their favorite part, or little girl, how she feel walking away, or you talk to the mama, or you talk to all of us. And that'll be Sunday on Clubhouse.
I'm gonna have to give me an iPhone so I can join it. My favorite part is the dad. He come in and be like, what?
Yeah. Hey, but that's my favorite part too. It's like, what the, and the move that he busts.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, I love that. Hey, man, I love that.
That's that move.
There's so many parts in that just make it fun, right? It's just so fun, man. And it just came at the right time because everybody pissed off about something.
And everybody mad about something. We got to do a part 2 to this. Because I know you have something
anytime you want me to come on, I'll come on, man. Hey, man, me and you talk,
man. Me and you, we just gonna get on the phone.
We ain't even talked about voiceover, or we ain't talked about none of the stuff that we really, really trying to conquer. You know what I'm saying? Like making your own demos and really understanding, just being self-sufficient to where because see, I know that the key to getting to people that make decisions is for them to hear somebody they haven't heard before, right? Casting directors are always looking for something they haven't seen or something that they haven't heard because they're casting directors and they look at the same people do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Then they got to pick, right? They're looking for something they ain't never seen and never heard before. So I'm a DJ. So if I can translate me making mega mixes and mixes back in the day into making a demo and making that shit fly. So even when they hear it, they hear the voice, but then they hear some more extra stuff that meshes together that makes it like, whoa.
One of one. All right, well, we got a break.
All right, bro.
All right, so shit, I'm gonna hit you. No, I appreciate you, man, and all the knowledge that you share. Like I said, we'll talk. We're gonna talk anyway.
Yeah.
But just the information that you can give the audience, man. And
I'm willing to help anybody. All you gotta do is find me. But I'm gonna put you through it. I'm not gonna give you the whole game. I'm gonna give you a piece. We're gonna see what you're gonna do with it. And if you do what I need you to do, then I give you some more. I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna try to tell you run a whole marathon and you ain't practiced. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense. So
find this needle.
Hey, Tanteezy, it was a pleasure. I'm out, y'all.
Absolutely.
All right.
My guy. I'm gonna holler at you.
Peace.
One love. Appreciate you.
You got it.
Thank you.
You know. Woo!
What it do? How you say yee? DC Glenn. The Brain Supreme tag team back again. Hey, that was dope. Like, like conversations that we have, he gives so much information willingly, and he has so much information. Like, I bet any of you guys, if you go out and you follow him on whatever, Clubhouse, Twitter, blah, 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 if you DM, he'll hit you back and he will share this information, all of it that he has. And he really does spend most of his time gathering it, that's why, outside of the music, there it is. Of course, it's an iconic song that will live forever. But, I'm just a fan of, he calls himself DC, the Brain Supreme. I'm a fan of his brain as well as his music. So shout out to my guy. We're going to get out. It ain't going to be too long, because somebody said I was long-winded, but, but once again, please, and as you know, the show is sponsored by dumerch.com and 90shiphop.com. Head over to either of those websites and pick up either your Digital Underground or classic 90s hip hop artist merchandise. You can get the new, you see it, TU Legendary Collection. You see me, Humpty and Tupac doing the Humpty dance. Hey, got it popping. Go ahead and get your Oakland USA VP edition sweatshirt or hoodie at dopeonly.com. And of course, if you're in Southern California, go see my guy, Dr. Mesh. I'm not gonna butcher his last name like I always do, but he is in Southern California, Rolling Heights. Look him up. Lad Hawala. Lad Halawa. Lad Halawa. He gonna be mad. Anyway, surprise guest next week. We're chopping it.
Don't forget always.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, let me look at my notes. Thank you, Tanteezy. You always do the right thing. Yeah, you got to check out the podcast version of the show, of the Going Way Back show. And that's every Monday and Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on thebeastradio.com with exclusive guest mixes by a third member of our crew, DJ Always in the Hit House. What it do? You can follow him on IG at I am DJ Always with a Z. And that's how we get down. So we're going to step away. I think I got a Warriors game to watch. You know, it's dinner time somewhere. Let's get it popping.
About Super Bowl
and until next
Sunday.
time.
Who you got?
Oh, real quick, if y'all can hear this, who y'all got for the Super Bowl this Sunday? I got the Chiefs. I ain't going to hold you. No suspense right away. Saying it up front, and I'm predicting the score will probably be, everybody think it's going to be a 3-point game because Tom Brady keeps it close. I think Tom Brady is going to be struggling to keep it close at the end. It might be close throughout. I'm predicting more like a 38-31 game. So like a full touchdown spread for me. And when I say that, that means I'm probably going to find something to gamble on and bet something in that manner. But yeah, I got the Chiefs. I got dark horse, maybe the Honey Badger being the MVP because he got 3 interceptions or something like that. Maybe Mahomes, but you know, y'all see where I'm at with it. Tantizi, you got a prediction?
I want them both to lose. I'm a Niner. Die hard.
You want who?
Them both to lose.
You want them both to lose. You
I'm a Niner. Niner faithful.
Go up your nose and pick a winner. Okay, so you want to see a bad game is what you're saying.
I mean, I'll go for Mahomes, so whatever.
Yeah, you know, go for the brothers. Black History Month.
Right.
Everybody that's out, I appreciate you guys for listening. As always, please, you know, like the episode, make a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe. You know, we're at 4,000 subscribers right now. Please tell a friend, repost, share the links when you see them. You know, we need the world to have this information and to come and see Tantizi stick it to them with the who said it, like she always do. She's so mean.
The story of
Just
my
waking
life.
up. Gotta thank God.
The story of my life, just so mean.
You gotta think of another one, Teasy. I
That's
like
the
when you
only
just
one I
jump in
know.
with one. Because you might
I don't even know
research.
your
Listen
rhymes.
to some rap.
I
Say
don't
what?
even know your rhymes. Unless you're on stage.
You don't know none of my rhymes. Sing the first few lines of Freaks of the Industry. Mine.
Wait. Do the lyrics before that.
When you see
don't
us
even
backstage,
know.
be prepared to. I do. It's the hook.
Okay,
I'm saying.
go.
When you see us backstage, be prepared to G.
Well, the birds say that you do it. But money be not a have a way, I get straight to it.
Nah. See what I'm saying? You don't even know my raps. That's cool. Of some of my best songs.
Like
anyway, y'all. Thank you, Tantizi.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. And love you guys. You know, subscribe, like, click the notification bell. Let's get it in. Till next week, please be easy. Peace.
What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back.
It's the Goin Way Back show with Money B. Classic hip hop, raw and uncut.